Welcome to all of you. We will discuss chapter number 4, Establishment of Greek and Roman Empires Contribution. In this chapter, we have two parts. One, the establishment of Greek empire and civilization. The second part is establishment of Roman empire and civilization. Along with that, we will see the contributions of Greeks and Romans respectively. Now, we will see the first civilization in Europe, that is Greece civilization or Greek civilization. The question that comes to us in the form of 1 mark is, which is the most ancient civilization of Europe? The Greek civilization is the most ancient. Ancient means old civilization of Europe. The oldest civilization of Europe is Greek civilization. A bit of narration for the Greek civilization. The Greeks laid the foundation to all other civilization of Europe. In the words of famous historian Arnold Toynbee, European civilization developed in the body of Greek society, like a child in the womb of the mother. Thus, we can conclude that Greek civilization is the most old civilization of Europe. And the contributions of Greek to the world culture is large, great. We can say a word called immense also. The Greeks have made a lot of contribution to European culture as well as to the world culture at large. So, the European culture is the child of Greek civilization. The question that comes to us, another 1 mark, is on which river valley did the Greek civilization develop? Danube is the river valley on which the Greek civilization developed. The next that question that 1 marks is, what is the meaning of the word Hellenes? What is the meaning of the word Hellenes? Greeks were originally called Hellenes, Hellenes or Hellenes, because they claim descent from a common ancestor, Hellenes. So they claim the one ancestor from whom, ancestor means forefather, who is the head of the entire population of Greeks, is one common man, that is Hellenes. So they have been originated from the family of Hellenes, therefore they are called themselves as Hellenes. But who called them as Greeks? It is the Italians called them as Greeks. Later days, as the time passed, Hellenes were called as Greeks by Italians because they spoke a language called Greek. So the country is named after the language. So now it is called a Greece country. If you notice the geography of Greece, the present and the past, Greece geography. The Greece geography, if you see, It is covered by water on three sides. The entire Greece is covered with three-side waters. Therefore, it is called as peninsula. Greece is a peninsula, or Greek civilization is a peninsula because it has been covered on the three sides water, that is on east, west and the south. The Greece is a peninsula of 25,000 square miles and extends from the mainland of Europe in the north into the Mediterranean Sea to the south. So, if you see, it is in the south Mediterranean Sea, and from the north, if you see, the Europe. So, we can say from the south. It is north of Mediterranean Sea to the south of Europe. A geographical boundary is named as Greece. It lies between Aegean on your right, Adriatic and Ionian Sea in the west, Aegean Sea, after that Adriatic and Ionian Sea. This is the names that they have given to the Mediterranean Sea. Geography has very much influenced this Greek civilization, the geography. Why do I say that? Is the main land of Greece is full of rugged mountains. Rugged mountains means mountains that are made up of only stones and very hard to climb. Big rocks. So the entire mainland of Greece is full of rugged mountains. Since it is filled with rugged mountains, the land or the soil is not suitable for agriculture. These mountains are not in a very arranged manner. It is a chaotic mountain ranges. Chaotic mountain ranges. They are not being properly arranged from one side to another side, or it is not distributed evenly. These mountain ranges have divided the entire Greece into hundreds of small, independent and self-centered states. Since the division of mountain ranges brought forth small, independent as well as self-centered city-states that we notice in the Greece. It is said that rivers were very few in Greece. They are unsuitable or unfit for navigation as well as for irrigation purpose. So, agriculture in Greece is not too much compared to ancient civilizations of the world. The rivers in Greece are very small. They are not at all fit for irrigation purpose. It is true that the mountain ranges in Greece separated the Greeks from one to the other. But what connected the Greeks and united them was the seas. If you see the sea that connects each small independent self-centered state to other through seas, not by land. Why do I say this is no place in Greece is more than 40 miles away from the sea. No state or no place in the Greece is 40 miles away from the sea. And Aegean Sea, they called it as Greek lake. Aegean Sea is called as a Greek lake. And islands, if you see islands, small islands in the Mediterranean Sea, formed stepping stone to Asia Minor as well as to the Egypt. So they are the connecting dots to both the continent, that is Asia. So that part we call it as Asia Minor, and the other is called as Egypt or African continent. So, seas have played an important role in the life of Greeks, as well as they formed a distinct culture of their own, which is called as Greek culture. A bit of history about this Greeks, early Greeks. The Greeks came from north. The Greeks came from north means it is from Europe, the people entered the land of Greece. Probably this early Greeks settled down on the river valley of Danube. On the Danube river valley, this early Greeks settled down. This early Greeks spoke a language which is very near to Indo-European language. Indo-European language. These Greeks settled into Aegean region as in the form of tribes. They settled down themselves as tribes and having their own names like Aegeans, Ionians, Dorians, and so on and so forth. So soon all began themselves to call as Hellenes or Greeks. Though they settled down in tribes in different regions and called themselves differently, but soon they called themselves as Hellenes, or what we call them as Greeks. Initially, the Greece was not completely occupied by any tribe. The occupation was spread over centuries. This has all happened not one time. It happens and it takes place a duration of century. It is evident from the available source that the migrations were well under 1400 BCE to 1200 BCE. They settled and lived in a tribes. Each tribe has number of families, and each tribe was under a leader, like a family. About 1200 BCE, they attacked the city of Troy. These all tribes united themselves and attacked the city of Troy. It was a 10-year war or a siege on the city of Troy. Finally, the city of Troy was destroyed. We can see the entire story of this city of Troy and the destruction of city of Troy, which was described by Homer in his epic, in his one of his epics, that is Iliad. In the story, in the epic called Iliad, we can beautifully hear about the destruction and the relationship between Troy and the tribes of the mainland of Greece. So thus, a mixed race developed in Greece due to intermarriage between the locals and the conquerors. So we stop the video till here.